Elizabeth. I'm the owner and baker of Milk Cloud Bakery. I was raised and born in San Francisco. My mom is a chef in one of the Vietnamese restaurants, and then my dad's an artist. Kind of followed my dad's path in the beginning, but being an artist, gone into the route of graphic design, graduated with a graphic design degree, but now I'm like a baker, which is kind of like my mom right now. Well, she's not a baker, but she's a chef. My journey of baking, kind of like the same as everyone else during COVID time, when everyone's like making bread and all the bread flour are all out of stock in almost every grocery store. So it was just hard to find like bread flour at that time. I started making like sourdough. That's kind of like the trend at the beginning of the pandemic. And I only made like 2 times. David kept sending me reels of like shokupan because we went to Japan like right before the pandemic. We ate like a lot of fruit sandos there, and then I ate shokupan there. And then when he mentioned about it, I was like, oh, maybe I can make shokupan for him. I started making shokupan. It was like 20 fail. Half of it was because I wasn't patient enough with myself on letting the bread proof initial part and then proof in the pan. I just work on it like halfway on proofing because I couldn't wait for an hour. So after like 10 tries, I'm like, okay, I need to be more patient. So I did that. Oh yeah, pretty much like David's my inspiration of Milk Cloud Bakery. He thought of the idea of shokupan, and then I just went with it because he said that he loves shokupan. Because I love doing packaging design, and then I was like, oh, I could combine design and could combine baking because we both love to eat. We always feast on every meal. I was rarely in the kitchen before COVID, so I'm like, well, maybe I could try something new and see how I do. First met? I don't remember like the first moment we met. I remember like I met David in high school. I think it was sophomore year. I was like hanging out with my group of people, and then my friends kind of brought the guy group to hang out with us. It was kind of funny because David was very, how do you say it? He's kind of like emo. That was his, he was an introvert. He was the quiet one on the corner that didn't really talk. And I was kind of like interested in him during that time because he's the quiet one where all the other guys were talking, but I wasn't interested in those people. I was interested in the quiet person. So yeah, and then I kind of like approached him. I was talking to him more. And then when we actually became friends and everything, and I was like wondering, I asked him, I was like, why didn't you talk? He was like, oh, you were intimidating. And then I was like, how am I intimidating? He was like, well, you were in track, you're in cross country, in tennis, you're in a lot of sports team. And then I was like, and? And I thought he was very introvert, but as we keep talking, I was like, oh, you're actually a pretty nice guy in general. Yeah, being together. He was very supportive in what I wanted to do. So when I told him that I wanted to start a baking business, he was like, okay. And then he's always my tester every time, but he supported me along my way of creating names, creating logos, testing out different food and everything. When we go to a grocery store, we were like looking at different ingredients. He was like, what about this? What about this? And I was like, okay, I could try that. I think emotionally I was lost. Sorry. His passing was very hard to read in general. I was like, should I continue my business or should I just do graphic design? Because now I had pretty much on survival mode because I don't really have him on my side. And it was very hard in the beginning because my parents weren't supportive in the beginning since I started Milk Cloud. So he was with me on the way, supporting me emotionally, financially, every single step. So emotionally, I was completely like down to the ground. I didn't know where to start I did like interviews to see what I really want to do, and then made me realize that I want to continue Milk Club because it's the only thing that can keep his spirit alive. Because in every pop up, he was there for me. I think when I first stepped into the kitchen after his passing, I pretty much see him everywhere in the kitchen because he was helping me with like the savory sando, whatever I need help with. I see him around everywhere in the kitchen because every time when he's off work, he comes straight to here to see if I need any help. And then when there's like dishes that needs to be washed, he helped me wash the dishes and everything. And pop up, he never really complained about helping me, but I know he's there all the time, so I always wanted to keep kind of his spirit around me. So this is like the only place. Thinking of a different way besides making it. Oh, well, I used to use like whole milk before. I went to farmer's market, and then because I was trying to find a different type of milk, I can't really drink regular whole milk. And then I went into Ferry Building Farmer's Market, met Jeffrey, the salesperson at Alexander Family Farm. He let me like try some milk, and I was worried because I was like, oh, I can't really drink milk, you know? I tried like the A2 milk, and I was like, oh, this is actually really good milk. And I was like, oh, I'm actually not that bloated. I feel great. And David helped connect us because that time it was when I first started, so I was really introvert before, so I don't really know how to start a conversation with him on like talking to people. They talk about cars first because that's the first conversation that David talks about when we always meet new people. Yeah, conversation starter. So yeah, ever since I got the A2 milk, I was like, I feel like there are people like me that drink A2 milk. I was like, oh, maybe I should use that as shokupan. It'll be more creamier for my bread. I think the best part is seeing the dough rise almost to the top. I'm like, it's ready to bake. And then once it finished baking, I'm smelling the bread right now, the fresh bread. And then once I get it out, I was like, oh, this is the way I want it to be. For now, pretty much in the kitchen almost every day, just because I need to make the sourdough the day before, and then bake on Tuesday, and then Thursday, and then when I have pop-up, then I'll bake on Friday, and then get ready to make everything, picking up the fruits on like Thursday for Saturday's pop-up. It varies depending if like the restaurant orders like a lot of bread, or if I have a pop-up. If I don't have a pop-up, then my weekends are pretty free. Then I get to go out and explore different kind of food. It's not always the same, which is kind of exciting because every week is like a little bit different. I think pretty much like giving all your 100% in on everything you do, and pretty much don't look back. Well, my dream is pretty much like having everyone enjoy my food. I think just seeing them enjoy my food is kind of like my dream in general. Expansion would be nice. Right now, my dream and my goal is every time when people buy my food, I just want them to just be happy. I think happiness is most important to me right now. He always says good job to me, and then if I ever question myself on certain things, he always have the phrase of just do it. Yeah, he will always say just do it. Don't overthink, because I tend to overthink too much when I'm doing stuff, and he'd be like, stop stressing yourself out. Stop overthinking. If you feel like you need to do it, just do it. If it's not important, then no need to do it. In the beginning, it's best to take your time on briefing and not start your business right away. I think you need to think about what you really want to do. After lots of hardship, like for me, I was telling myself I should get back in the kitchen and everything. But after thinking about it, I was like, maybe I should just take my time because I need like time to grieve. Grieving is more important than like money or anything. Well, pretty much your health and happiness is more important. I feel like grieving is going to be like, it's not like a short-term thing, it's a long-term thing. Because it can take years. You could be grieving your whole life. Deep inside you know that you're ready to start something. That's when you're ready. If you want to come find me, you have Instagram. You go on Instagram. It's at Milk Cloud Bakery. Or you could go on my website. So milkcloudbakery.com. You can text or call me. I'm okay with that. Or you can email me if that's your way. Yay!